So about 10 days ago, the New York Times published a profile of an advisor to President-elect Donald Trump, a guy by the name of Boris Epshteyn. They titled it, quote, "The Trump lawyer who wields outsized influence on the next White House." Quote, "There's nobody in the president-elect's orbit who at this point would doubt the level of Mr. Epstein's influence. He has quickly become one of the most powerful figures in the early days of the presidential transition. He's become a significant gatekeeper for Trump, including shaping some of the information he receives about personnel and cabinet selections." Epshteyn was reportedly pivotal in securing the ultimately doomed nomination of Matt Gaetz to be Attorney General of the United States, also the nomination of Trump's chosen White House counsel. Now, we've been through one Trump transition and one Trump administration before, so what comes next is as obvious to you as it is to me, right? In the snake pit of jockeying egos that Trump cultivates around himself, you know, if this guy Boris is seen as ascendant right now in terms of his influence, then of course all of the other snakes are activated. All the other people in Trump's orbit will soon come for Boris, right? It's inevitable. It's like the sun rising in the east. Somebody's important? Not for long. Cue today's headlines. CNN first to report on allegations flying inside the Trump transition that old Boris has been trying to cash in on his proximity to Trump. Imagine what's described as, quote, an internal investigation by Trump lawyers reportedly found that Boris Epshteyn asked potential Trump cabinet nominees to pay him for his help getting them nominated, to pay him as much as $100,000 per month. Among the people Epshteyn supposedly tried to shake down was Trump's ultimate nominee for Treasury, Scott Bessent, who, at least according to this internal Trump, quote, legal review, reportedly did not cough up the cash. He reportedly did not pay Boris Epshteyn before being selected for the job. There's even a report published in a super Trump-friendly right-wing outlet that Bessent, possibly in consultation with Vice President-elect J.D. Vance's office, he participated in kind of a amateur sting operation against Boris Epshteyn, in which he tried to get Epshteyn on tape asking him for money in exchange for the nomination. I should say MSNBC and NBC News have not confirmed any of this reporting. Boris Epshteyn, however, tells us, quote, "I am honored to work for President Trump and with his team. These fake claims are false and defamatory and will not distract us from making America great again." But of course it was going to be like this, right? Of course the Trump transition and presumably the next Trump term will be a cornucopia of infighting and backbiting and Trump's allies all trying to sabotage each other, not only in the press, but any other underhanded way they can. Of course it was going to be like this. More seriously, though, these allegations that Boris was collecting cash or trying to collect cash in exchange for getting people put in the cabinet, it raises the prospect that Trump cabinet offices are for sale, right? The possibility that people would think there is a possibility of buying one because there at least has now been a published price for what it takes to get one. The internal review by Trump lawyers supposedly found that Epshteyn didn't get money from anyone, that he wasn't able to collect his price for getting anybody installed in the cabinet. That jibes with what we heard as well. But we have asked if we can see this supposed review. Think they'll ever make it public? Think they'll ever give it to us? Watch this space.